Have you ever felt like you're being followed? Not in a spooky, horror movie way, but more like a persistent presence, a shadow that sticks to you no matter where you go. For me, it started subtly. I'd be walking home, taking my usual route, and catch a flicker in my peripheral vision. A shadow, just a bit too dark, a bit too defined, that seemed to move with me. I'd stop, and it would stop. I'd speed up, and it would keep pace. At first, I dismissed it. An optical illusion, maybe. A trick of the late afternoon sun casting long, distorted shapes. We've all been there, right? Our brains playing tricks on us after a long day. I tried to rationalize it. It's just the stress, the fatigue. I decided to change my routine. If it was just a strange play of light on my usual path, a different route would solve it. So, the next day, I took the long way home, through the park. The sun was still high, filtering through the leaves, creating a beautiful, dappled pattern on the ground. Everything felt peaceful. I walked past the playground, listening to the happy shouts of children, and for a moment, I forgot all about it. But then, as I passed a long, unbroken wall bordering the park, I saw it again. The same distinct shadow, hugging the brickwork, moving in perfect sync with my steps. My heart did a little stutter step. It wasn't the route, it wasn't the light, it was with me. The following week was an experiment in navigation. I tried every possible path home. The busy main street, filled with shoppers and noise, the quiet residential alleys I'd never explored before. I even took a bus for a few stops to break the pattern. But every single time, as I got closer to my front door, the feeling would return. And then, the confirmation. A glimpse of that dark, silent companion. It never got closer, never fell behind. It was just there, a constant, unnerving presence. It didn't feel threatening, exactly. More like watchful. A silent observer to my daily life. I started to wonder what it was. Was it a part of me I didn't recognize? This constant companion started to change how I saw the world. I became more aware of my surroundings, noticing little details I'd previously ignored. The way a vine crept up a lamppost, the specific shade of blue in the evening sky. It was as if this shadow was forcing me to be more present, more mindful. I started thinking about all the things we carry with us, unseen. The memories, the regrets, the hopes, the anxieties. Could this shadow be a physical manifestation of all that? The weight of my own past, my own thoughts, walking beside me? It was a strange thought, but it was less scary than the alternative. One evening, walking home in a light drizzle, the streets glistening under the streetlights, I decided to try something different. Instead of trying to ignore it or outrun it, I decided to acknowledge it. I stopped, turned to face the wall where I knew it would be, and I spoke. Just a quiet whisper into the damp air. "Okay," I said. "I see you?" For a moment, nothing happened. The world was still, save for the soft patter of the rain. Then, as I stood there, I felt a subtle shift. Not in the shadow itself, but in me. A sense of peace, of acceptance. It felt less like I was being followed and more like I was being accompanied. The shadow wasn't a monster. It was a part of my story. It was the sum of my experiences, the quiet weight of my own journey. We all have these shadows, don't we? The parts of ourselves we don't always look at, the things we carry silently. They're not there to haunt us, but to remind us of who we are, where we've been, and the journey we're on. Acknowledging it didn't make it disappear. It's still there, a faithful companion on my walk home. But now, it's not a source of fear. It's a reminder to be present, to be mindful, and to accept every part of my own story. That night, for the first time in a long time, I didn't glance over my shoulder. I walked with a newfound sense of calm. The shadow was there, a dark line against the wet pavement, but it felt different. It felt like my own shadow, finally returned to its rightful place. It was just me, walking home with myself, and that was okay. It was more than okay. It was a kind of wholeness I hadn't realized I was missing. It taught me that sometimes the things that seem to follow us aren't external threats, but internal truths waiting to be acknowledged. So now, my walk home is a different experience. It's a quiet time for reflection. Me and my shadow moving together through the city. It's a silent conversation, a daily check-in. It reminds me that we are never truly alone, because we always have ourselves. And learning to walk comfortably with all parts of yourself, even the shadowy ones, is a journey worth taking. It turns a simple walk home into something much more profound. It's not about what's following you. It's about who you're walking with. And for me, I'm finally walking with myself. Thank you so much for joining me on this little journey today. If this story resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. What are the shadows you walk with? Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel for more stories and reflections. Your support means the world. Until next time, walk safely and be kind to yourself.